Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today's video is the March 2023 VIP Club card kit, and I am featuring Daisy Daisy. Here's my example of the card kit you will be receiving. I think that's so cute. Funny story with the Daisy Daisy. It was so well loved by consultants that when it came time to open it up to public to purchase, it was gone. I was actually able to get in on a pre-order and order it, and I managed to remember and get in and place my order, and I was able to get a packet of the paper, the thin cuts that cut the daisy, and the stamp set. The stamp set is still available because that is something that is made in-house at Close to My Heart. So just the standalone stamp set is available. The thin cuts and the pretty pattern paper are gone, and it's a bummer, but I wanted to share it with my VIPs. The idea for the card came from our sketchbook. This is Make It From Your Heart Volume 5. May not be available anymore, but it doesn't matter. There are all sorts of sketches out there in the world, online and in other books. So this is the basic design that was my jumping off point. You can see the card does not follow this exactly. I just took this as my basic layout idea. So I do have a flower here, and I do have a sentiment here, but I didn't do any extra pattern paper. I just let that daisy paper do the work for me, and I think it's really pretty. So this was actually pattern 21 out of Make It From Your Heart Volume 5. Lots of good stuff in here. This is the stamp set. It is still available, I do believe, through the end of March. And it's just a stamp set. You can certainly easily fussy cut out images. We're using the You're Amazing. And I will show you, everything will come stamped for you. So the envelope will come stamped and everything will be ready to go in your kit. This is what the Daisy thin cuts looked like. I think they're really cool. I love the size. Unfortunately, like I mentioned before, they sold out in a fast and quick hurry. But even though it's a bummer that you can't get a hold of it, I really think it's a good sign that Close to My Heart really is providing product that is popular, that people like. And I think that's a good thing. This was the paper pack, and you can tell I have hacked my way into it. Lots of really pretty patterns, and I think I'll be using this for my Easter cards. So I just wanted you to see what this looked like if you didn't have a chance to get it for yourself. Your card kit will arrive in the little plastic sleeve, and you will have the 3 different components that make up this large daisy for the base, and then there's the black middle of the daisy. And I chose black because I was using black down here. You'll get a piece of, I do believe the black is 3.5 by 1.5, and then the white daisy is 3.25 by 1.25. The pattern paper measures 5.25 tall, 4 inches wide. That is different than the sketch. The sketch had it 5.5 inches tall and 4.25 inches wide. Because I have to be miserly with this paper, I only have the 1 pack. By shrinking it to 4 inches wide and 5.25 inches tall, you end up with this nice border, and I think that's a really nice look on a card, that white border all the way around. You also go from getting 4 panels out of a piece of pattern paper that's 12 by 12 to getting 6 panels out of a piece of 12 by 12. I'm cheap. I like to get a little more out of my paper. And quite frankly, I think we are all like that. I think that most of us like to get a little more bang for our buck. So we're going to do a little stamping. We're going to stamp our sentiment here. And I think I'm going to pull this underneath. I'm going to do a test run here to see how it's looking. It's a little sketchy. That looks pretty good. I can tell when I'm looking through it. And I'm just going to stamp. And I let that ink transfer from the stamp to the paper. That looks pretty good. The other thing we want to do is stamp on the envelope. So we'll move this out of the way and we'll bring in, I'm using Flamingo, and then this is of course black. So I'm going to ink up my daisy. This is a little bit more of a solid daisy. And I'm looking at the envelope and I'm just eyeballing about the middle of that flap in the back. And then I'll work my way out, dropping down so that it goes off of the flap. And then a little over to the side. And here we go on the other side. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to line up unless that's something that you enjoy doing. I'm going to clean that off on my little stamp Shammy dealy. Close up the Flamingo to avoid catastrophe. And now I've got this little inside part, and you'll see how that works. Doesn't matter if it's not lined up perfect. I always like to see a little bit of imperfection. It shows me that I'm a human person making a card and not a machine. That's it for the stamping, and your kit will come with everything stamped. You'll be all good to go there. This is how you assemble. This is the card base that will come in your kit. And I am going to throw my glue on here. Of course, you could flip it over and use the other side if you like it better. The choice is yours. I just love this vibrant green. I usually try to line up the 3 outer edges because I think that's what catches people's eye. So we've got that on there. And let's assemble our flower. I use the solid one as the base. And then there's this part that has the little slits cut in it. I put my glue in the middle of the slatted piece. I'm not exactly sure what word is proper there. And I'm just offsetting it a little bit. And then this is just a fun little, almost a starbursty piece. And I'm going to line it up so that other pieces fill in those gaps, just like that. And then we have our little middle piece, this black, and we'll stick that in the middle. And then we need to attach this sentiment piece onto the black background. And I chose the black because of the black that's in the pattern paper. I just thought that looked really nice. I'm using glue, but you could use tape runner, whatever floats your boat, whatever you like. And I'm going to eyeball center this a little bit up from the bottom, and just like that. And then here, I can do a little glue in the center, And you can do a little flexing of the petals if that's something that appeals to your eye. And I'm just sort of centering it. Just like that. And that's the card. Super easy to assemble. I just love it, and I wanted to share it with you in case you weren't able to get a hold of Daisy Daisy. You'll have a little bit of it. Thank you so much for being my VIPs. Have a blessed, crafty day, and I will see you next time.